Think of a modern corporate computer network as a massive, sprawling stone castle. Inside are all the company's most valuable secrets, and protecting them are millions of heavy wooden doors, each secured with its own intricate lock. For decades, the people trying to break into these castles, computer hackers, have operated a lot like human burglars. They walk up to the castle walls, pick a single door, jiggle the handle, and try out their lockpicks one by one. Because the burglar is human, the people guarding the castle have a natural advantage. The security team watching the cameras usually has hours or even days to notice someone fiddling with a lock, sound the alarm, and kick them out. This back-and-forth game works because both sides operate at a similar speed. The defenders can keep up because the attackers are limited by how fast human hands can move and how fast a human brain can think. But imagine if a new kind of burglar appeared. An invisible entity that didn't have a physical body, didn't need to sleep, and could move at the speed of electricity. Instead of walking up to one door, this entity could walk up to 1,000,000 doors at the exact same time. It could test every single lock on the castle simultaneously. It would find microscopic cracks in the masonry and slip inside the vault before the human security guard even had time to blink. Last month, this hypothetical scenario became a reality. It shifted the balance of the entire castle defense, moving the threat to a speed that humans can no longer perceive. This tool is called Claude Mythos. You might be used to AI that waits for you to ask it a question, but Mythos is designed to act on its own. You give it a target, and it begins to explore, test, and make decisions independently. When pointed at the software running our websites and browsers, Mythos immediately found a tiny, highly complex crack. It was an error in tracking incoming data that could allow an attacker to take control of a server. That specific crack had been sitting in the code for 27 years. Thousands of human security experts had reviewed that code line by line, and for nearly 3 decades, nobody noticed it was there. Mythos found it because it possesses a level of thoroughness that humans simply can't match. It doesn't get tired or lose focus, and it can analyze thousands of lines of code simultaneously to see how a tiny mistake might cause a total collapse. This chart shows a test by the UK's Artificial Intelligence Security Institute. They simulated a corporate network with 32 distinct security barriers, challenging attackers to reach the center. When a team of highly trained human experts entered the simulation, they had to map the network and find weaknesses. That grueling process took them 20 hours. But when they tested Claude Mythos, it navigated every barrier, cleared every security check, and took complete control of the system in mere seconds. This blistering speed is the real danger. If an entire break-in takes 5 seconds, the data is gone before a human security guard even receives an alert. Many experts are calling this an Oppenheimer moment. It is the point where we realize we have built a tool so powerful that the old rules of defense no longer apply. Which leads to a very serious question. What do you do when you invent a machine that can break into almost anything? The creators at Anthropic looked at these results and decided that the tool was too dangerous to be released to the general public. Instead, they created a quiet, focused effort to handle this power, calling it Project Glasswing. Through Project Glasswing, they invited the groups that maintain the foundations of our digital world, the people who run major banks, national power grids, and companies like Apple and Microsoft, to use the tool in a controlled environment. The goal is to use this AI defensively. These organizations are using Mythos to inspect their own networks, finding and fixing their broken locks, before anyone with bad intentions can build a similar machine of their own. This defensive push is a race against time. Eventually, other groups will build their own autonomous tools to find and exploit these weaknesses. We're now in a race to find the errors in the software running our banks and hospitals and fix them before that happens. We are moving toward a world where human defenders are simply too slow to catch a threat that finishes its work in the time it takes to blink. To stay safe, the people guarding the castle will have to be replaced by AI defenders that can think and move just as fast as the attackers. We are currently in the middle of a massive, quiet effort to relock every single door in the castle, using the very machines that showed us how vulnerable we were.